This is Rob Tebbutt for Boxing News, joined by the most handsome middleweight in the world, Brad Pauls, the new King Bomb. We're here at the Magnificent 7 announcement. How are you, Brad?
I'm good. I think that was the best intro I've ever had in my life, and I'll take it. Thank you.
Tommy Triber, look out, mate. I'm going to be there on the night in Birmingham. I'm going to be giving you the big announcement. But here we are. We're at the final, the announcement of your rematch with Nathan Heaney. Obviously, we're a little bit far removed from the fight now. Just want to revisit that. Obviously, we had a little bit of a to and fro between you two on the stage today, instigated by Dev Sani. Talk to me about that first fight.
The first fight, I think the styles gelled well. I feel like, looking back, there's a slight bit of inexperience on my part. I hadn't done 12 rounds before, and I'm still getting used to the bigger platform fights. I've come from small hall. But yeah, I feel like I got to Nathan eventually, and I learned in that fight that he can't really hurt me too much, and I can hurt him. So going into the next one, it's filled me full of confidence.
You mentioned that kind of, it's well known coming from the small halls and stuff, you know, from down the beautiful South Coast, which isn't traditionally a massive boxing part of the world. We spoke briefly earlier on about your bout with Tyler Denny, where you didn't give the best account of yourself on the night. What was the difference between that and the Nathan Heaney performance first time round?
A mixture of things. I think the experience I was talking about, and at the time I thought Tyler's a good fighter, and he's proven that since, which is one of the things. I think at that time I'd come straight from the small hall to massive Wembley Arena, thousands of people, lights, camera, action, and it took me back a little bit. And then a few things in my camp I had to change. I got a nutritionist, which is, you can see I've improved. It's added on 15%. And I doubled down with my mindset coach, so I'm just a lot calmer and composed in there. So it was a blessing in disguise, the Denny fight, and you can see the difference. Me versus Denny, me versus Heaney, they're different fighters. So yeah, it's getting better.
Obviously, I kind of mentioned it earlier, Dev did his best to kind of incite a little bit between you, but you seem to be two very respectful, two very nice guys, Brad.
Yeah, he tries, doesn't he, Dev, to stir some poo. But yeah, it wasn't really going anywhere. We're quite probably more similar than we are different, me and Nath. Like, he's represents where he's from, loves Stoke. I represent Cornwall, love Cornwall. Both come up from the small hall, built our way up. We're both the same weight. We both have the same dream as in boxing, so seems like a nice bloke. It's never really personal. I just really want the British title off of him. That's all. So no beef there. Just it's going to be another good fight, I think. What
did you make of him as a fighter? I think it's fair to say the win over Denzel Bentley was a shock for people with Nathan Heaney. Obviously, you know, that was his kind of crowning moment as British champion. What did you make of him in there? Anything that he did surprise you? How was he?
Yeah, I rate him highly as a boxer, and you don't beat someone like Denzel Bentley unless you've got a level of ability that's obviously quite high. And I know Denzel, I sparred Denzel, his gym's near mine. So, yeah, he's got attributes, he's got weaknesses. I just feel like it's my time, and I feel like I'm a little bit better. So, let's go.
We all know Nathan Heaney brings a lorry load of fans from Stoke, so fairly close to Birmingham. What was it like performing in that atmosphere? I'm always kind of curious about what the other side of the ring is like when you're performing in front of a kind of a raucous, Stokey audience.
Yeah, I was the villain. People are hating on me, but it's honestly, it don't really bother me. It's all energy, isn't it? And after the first couple of rounds, you could really hear the Cornish lot coming through. If you're there next time, you'll hear it. So yeah, it's all energy. That they can't fight for him, but he's accumulated that support, so credit to him.
Obviously, you had those two massive rounds in the 8th and the 9th where you hurt Heaney visibly a couple of times. Since that fight, how many times have you revisited that in your head? If I'd have just done this, or if I'd have just done that, or is it kind of one of those things that's now gone and you look to learn for next time?
Now sort of gone. I don't dwell on it. I'd be pulling my hair out. Do you know what I mean? I was so close and woulda, coulda, shoulda. I just try to learn from it and then do better next time. Was pretty close to getting him out of there. So yeah, a bit more confidence for next time.
Okay, well, Brad, always a pleasure to catch up with you. Before I let you go, how does it end? You and Nathan Heaney step in the ring again, July the 20th.
Nuki Bomb win, any means necessary, whatever it takes. So, points or knockout.
Best of luck, all the best.
Thank you very much, mate.